Hey, this is Commander Bacon with His Way Homestead, and today we're going to show you how to wire up a foundationless
easy for you to say
Langstroth frame. Okay, so stay tuned. So this is a foundationless Langstroth frame that I made, and you can see we got the starter strip here. We've already coated it with beeswax, and so we drilled 16th inch holes. They're evenly spaced here and here, and then split the half between those two. I'll explain that later. But we put staples just on the inside of these two holes, and then on this side, just on the inside of these two holes. And what that'll do, it'll keep the wire from digging in to the wood and end up loosening up later. So I've only done 3 so far, so I'm really new at this, but this is some things that I did. So made this little jig. We're gonna set the frame in here just like that.
Why don't you show them the jig to do the holes first on the side?
Oh, so I took one of the side pieces that I had extra, and I measured it out. So all I have to do when I drill the holes in it, I just set it up to there and drill through those holes, and I have them all the same all the time. Makes it easy. So this is just a pilot hole jig. So we've got this jig. It's got some spacers to keep it where this the difference in the height in this, so it evens it all out. It's kind of loose on the one side, and that's okay. So we got pipe here, this metal conduit. Actually, this is upside down. It has to be a certain way, so the wire will come through here, around this piece of conduit, down through this hole, around this hole, through this conduit, and then up here and out this hole. And we're going to put a little nail in here and here, and that's what's going to hold the wire tight. And what I want to do, I want to pre-drill those holes, because I don't want that little nail to find the grain and split out the side. So we're going to pre-drill it. We're not going to go in line with that hole. We're going to go off to the side just a little bit. Doesn't take much. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up, so I'm kind of snorting and snotting. My apologies. Hope I don't gross you out too bad. Pre-drill this one, and you can see we're in work in progress, right? We got all this stuff everywhere. So this is my little spool holder. This is stainless steel wire. I ordered this from horizontalhives.com, Dr. Leo's, and we're going to show you how I actually wire this up. Stay tuned. All right, I got to put my eyeballs on for this, because that hole is really small and that wire is small too. So I just have the wire wrapped around the nail to keep it from going crazy on the spool. I'm just gonna cut that little kinky stuff off. Don't need that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Loosen this up. It's a little tight. Oh, it looks like I kind of, oh, there we go. There we go. It kind of got crossed up. So we're gonna stick it in this hole, feed it through this hole, go around this pipe, feed it in that hole, move my pliers, go in this hole if I can find it, a little little piece of wood in the way. Pull a little extra, feed it through. And just, you want to make sure you don't kink it, right? You don't want to kink it. And then feed it through there, and just give it a little more. Get yourself a nail. These are just let's see, what is it, number 16 by 3/4 inch wire nails. I've seen people use a lot of different things. It's got a pretty good size head on it. I tried number 19 1/2 inch nails, but the head wasn't big enough, and I didn't like it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna hold it with my needle nose pliers and just tap it in just a little bit. All right, so we got the nail started. I'm just gonna take it and wrap it around like 3 times. Find my hammer. I'm just gonna drive that little nail in, and what I like to do is just go ahead and beat that wire right in there tight. You take this little guy here, bend it back and forth a couple times, and it just snaps off. So there's that end. Now we got to tighten it up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be pulling tension on the spool. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do, I'm flip it off of this piece of pipe and pull up the tension on it. And see, I've got a lot of loose wire on there. That's not good because it'll bind up underneath of that. So unfortunately, I didn't have a way to keep it taut, and it kind of backlashed on me. So the other thing I'm going to do is just take this clamp and just kind of lay it on here loosely. I don't want to cover up any of those holes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bow this in, these sidebars in. I'm going to bow them in pretty good. Okay, so they're doing this. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to tighten that wire up while it's bowed in like that, and then when we let the clamp pressure off, it'll really get that wire tight. So you don't want this wire to sag or anything like that, because that's what the bees are going to align with their comb when they build it, and it's going to help them keep it straight, and it's going to give it some structure while they're drawing out the comb. So like I said, just keep a little pressure on here, and you can squeeze this a little bit, and that will cause this one to get a little tighter. All right, and then we're going to take this off and draw it up. All right, you can take another little nail, get it started there, and we're gonna go ahead and cut this over here. Try to draw it, you twist it around your needle nose, you can really get a lot of tension out of it. And then bring it up and wrap it around your nail like 3 times, and hopefully you don't knock over your nails like I did. So, and then just drive that in. Go ahead and break this little guy off. It never breaks where you want it to. There we go. So now let's listen. Sounds like it needs tuned. Let's take the clamp off. So you can tell it got a lot tighter right off the bat. So that's pretty good. I mean, it's not tight, but let me show you what the staples do. See that staple? So that's protecting the wood and keeping that wire from biting into it. See that? Let me show you what it looks like without the staple. Look how far that dug in already. The hole is over here, but that pulled in that far. So the staple, just a 1/4 inch tall staple, that'll prevent that from happening. Okay, so I'm not a bee expert by no means. I'm doing a lot of research. A lot of other YouTubers have a lot of information out there. They have a lot of experience. I'm doing a lot of my research through Dr. Leo Sherskin, Horizontal Hive website. Do your own homework. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do it, okay? Like I said, I'm new at this. I'm not an expert by no means, but you know, we can learn together. So that's all I've got. This is Commander Bacon with His Way Homestead saying, don't forget, His way is the best way. We'll see you next time.